I could not afford an expensive author's retreat, so I made my own in the forest. And it's so peaceful. So see the journey, right? Guys, this is my author retreat. I'm gonna spend a week or so in the forest with a tent, old tent I bought like yesterday for 20 bucks on Facebook Marketplace from an old man that was so cool. He was so kind. He was 73 years old, and he said if there's any problem with his old tent, he said bring it back, I'll refund you. It's warranted. It's a guarantee. That's so cool. And so I brought novels to read, I brought paper, I brought, like, there's a children's story that I started to write that I want to finish writing. I just publishing my first children story book. There's 2 novels that I started a while ago that I want to get back to, and for me, being in nature, like by a river, is just gonna be so perfect. So I'll go show you around. There's a bit of a creek there. I haven't decided where I'm gonna plant my tent yet, but now I got a little river to cross. So you do that with me. And my phone is almost full of videos, so I'm gonna have to do a little cleanup in there. Well, let's go see. Let's go see what the river looks like. Wow, that is nice. It's gonna be a good place to wash too. I brought a little towel. I can just scrub. And if I walk, like, I don't know, half an hour, there's like a little cafe for artists that look pretty cool. So I'm sure I'm gonna find creative friends there. And this river, I've done a lot of camping. I spent 2 years going across Canada. Didn't finish the journey. For 2 years I was living in my tent. I lived in teepees for a whole winter. A snow igloo I built for 2 weeks. Survival, like even in the middle of winter, with shelter that I built. I had nothing with me but an old lighter and a candle. And well, now I have an old tent, so that's gonna be quite the 5-star camping experience. Look how beautiful that is. So this is going to inspire. We got the creative juices working and write beautiful children's stories and maybe finish another novel, hopefully, who knows. So my friends, I'll talk soon once this tent is set up, once I decided on a spot, everything, once I'm a little bit more settled. Talk soon. Oh, I was just walking by the river. It's getting windy and cloudy. Looks like there might be a storm soon. So I did make offerings to the land to camp here. I made offerings to the water, and they gave some the tobacco, that as a gift. And now that I just got a raindrop on my forehead, it's time to go find a place to put a tent. And it's like an old tent, so it might take a little bit longer than a new tent, but luckily the guy who sold it to me just showed it to me in his yard how to put it together, so it won't take long. And I've set up like teepees before with my friends. I I wasn't too good at it, but when the professionals came, we did a nice job. So it's gonna be a good tent. So I'll see you when it's packed and we're under the storm, maybe. I even brought my laptop in case I get to go to a cafe, which might not be the best idea to go camping. And I got the tent and 2 backpacks. It's okay. At least I don't have camera gear, it's just my phone. And I think we're getting close to a nice spot to camp. If I could find some like mossy ground to put the tent on top. This looks like a little riverbed. Probably in the spring there's a lot of like water coming from the rivers, the glaciers. So I don't think there's going to be a flash flood now, but Anyways, I'll keep searching. Maybe I'll leave this here, like, and I'll come back for it. Because it's hard to carry. Oh, it's kind of a nice spot there. Not far from the river. And got a bit of a plateau. It's not perfect, it's a little bumpy. But I can hear the river, I could see it. It's kind of great, actually. And I don't want to, like, hurt plants, so because it's kind of dry here, it's pretty good. So if that's the spot, I'll put my tobacco down, make an offering, sing a song. I brought my shaker. It's in one of the pockets. Let me try to find it for you, and I'll sing a song to our creator. Can't reach. So, and the song goes like, Geche manedo, geche shenan, geche shenan, geche manedo, wedo wedo hey wedo wedo hey Yahweh. And well, that's an Anishinaabe song in Ojibwe language. So I lived with the Anishinaabe people for almost 2 years. Lived in a teepee for the whole winter. Became a firekeeper, which is funny because I used to be a firefighter and then I became firekeeper. So my goal is to keep the fire lit 24/7. And when I was a firefighter, it was to take it off. So it's funny how life led me on a different path on my journey to heal from some of the traumas I had as a firefighter and my low self-esteem, and this whole journey really was important for my heart. And I've met a lot of people along that journey that just by talking to them a few minutes I would inspire them, give them hope, because they saw, like they learned that years before I had tried to take my life, and now I was so happy and living on purpose with a mission, and well, it gave them hope for their own lives. That some people in the streets that were inspired by that journey. So this is like each of the pains that we've been through, the traumas that we've had, maybe they're meant so that we can help others. Because once you've dealt with it, you've forgiven the people who hurt you, you've forgiven yourself for the mistakes you've made, you've forgiven life for making you who you are, or God, and you realize that it's a blessing, then things just change completely. I think this place is even nicer. Look at it. I don't know what kind of medicines those are, but they're so pretty. They look like some kind of dandelion from the west. Oh, there's kind of a campground. There's a fire pit that somebody had there. But I mean, I could move the rocks there and go in the sand, but I prefer to camp on something cushionier than sand. Let's see. So maybe I talk to you when I'm there, because I got 25 minutes of recording left and I'll be here for a week. My baby's gonna come and play with me in 2 days at the park, and then keep camping, and then she's gonna come back a couple of days. Oh, that's nice, like a dry riverbed. So now the river's way over there, but that's like a river in the spring. I'd prefer to be close to the river so I can hear it. Now we're gonna go far if we follow this path. So anyways, I'll see you there. I'll find a good spot and I'll show you where I end up. Oh, and I'm just getting back to you because I spent hours and hours creating a Kickstarter campaign for the little seed who dreamed too big, or who dream so big. Like I got like 41 friends and advanced readers reading my manuscript right now, and I ask everybody, and like, it's like a 50-50 on like too big or so big. So like let me know in the comments which camp you're in. But I created the Kickstarter campaign, and then I put my bank details, everything, and then before you go and review the campaign, you need to put your debit card or credit card number in case there's a chargeback. I'm like, oh no, like my card has been expired for a couple weeks now, and it was shipped at the wrong address, even though I changed my address like 2 months ago. And I ordered a new one, and he said it's going to take 5 to 10 days, and it's been like almost 3 weeks, and I still didn't have it. And so I couldn't launch the campaign because that's the only card I have, that I had not. And like the second before we left, I asked my baby's grandfather, I said, oh, like, just let me know if you received the card this week, send me a message, and so I can, when I come back, I can launch the Kickstarter. And he's like, let me go check the mailbox right now. It was like noon, and then boom, at the mailbox there was the letter with the card. So now I sent the Kickstarter campaign for review so that we can inspire people around the world. It's so cool. I have a friend already, she read the book, she says like, my son and I were so inspired, and she's like, I've been wanting to write a kid's story like for years too, and she's an artist. And she says like, I think like you inspired me, I'm gonna do it. And then 20 minutes later she says, actually you inspired me already, I just did like the whole like plan of the movie, I just put it all down on paper and now it's done. And she like, so that's such a cool story, and that's what I want to do, is inspire. Like when we plant a seed, this seed can turn into a forest, and this is a message you'll find in the book. But this is also like, look at how the forest is growing now. I planted the seed with the book, and now another parent is writing their own children's story, and now we're gonna see them happening all around the world. And this is what I want. I figured while doing the Kickstarter campaign that this is much more than a book. This is the birth of the New Earth Press and the New Earth library, where we can like really create, like help a bunch of parents write children's stories so that we can inspire the children and their parents all around the world. So I'm so excited from that. So I found the river again. I'll find a spot around here. Well, just on the corner there would actually be kind of cool on the little plateau. So yeah, go check out the Kickstarter. That would mean so much to me. Like, even if you can't participate, because for whatever reason, well, maybe you can help and share it with other parents, and that would mean a world to me. So my friends, like, maybe that's our campground. I'm so excited. Okay, well, I gotta watch where I'm walking because I forgot my shoes, because I just have my flip-flops from Mexico. Okay, I'll see you. Like, hopefully that little spot is nice, because that would be so cool to be between the two rivers. It's not super stealth, but I love it. Like, what a cool place. And there's even like a little whitewater there, which is awesome. I did a lot of whitewater kayaking before, surfing on waves, and like, you go see Garburator on YouTube, video by Dane Jackson, who's like, well, I haven't watched it for years, but I think he was, and he's probably still is one of the best kayakers in the world, like performing tricks on waves. So you see Garburator, well, that's the wave that I dislocated my shoulder on. So anyways, what a cool spot. Oh! Yeah! Now, I don't want to hurt the plants, but this is a little pokey. It's kind of a good cushiony spot for camping. And I know I won't get swept by the current, because it looks like those trees resist the waters, even though the edges are all eaten up. Yeah. What about right here? That's quite a good spot actually. And it's so nice. Not stealth. And not covered by the trees. Maybe a little bit there. Yeah. That's kind of good. Kind of good, kind of good. Awesome. I think we found, if I can find a spot that's a little bit covered, but the trees are kind of thin. So I don't know. I was just there like 5 minutes before I did the whole loop, and there's some big trees like that. Then I could be protected because it looks like it might storm, maybe a lot. And there looked like there was a nice little mini trail there, and a nice cushiony area for camping. Although it's pretty good right here. But if it rains, like the water will come here and may accumulate here. So I don't want to make the same mistake. When I fasted, the fasting ceremony years ago, near kilometer, I forgot where, north of Sault Ste. Marie, with the chief there and a couple of other guys and men and women that came and sing songs. And I fasted for 3 days. So no water, no food for 3 days. Like it's called a vision quest. And well, here's perfect. This is dead, so I can move it a bit. Put it there. It's a little covered. There is a ladybug though. I don't want to displace, so might be careful with it. Yeah, that was an amazing ceremony, but like it rained a lot during the 3 days, and I was just like under big trees, but there's kind of like the water like came like flooding down my back. It was pretty wild. Somebody's old underwear. You wonder why, like how they got here, but maybe swept away by the current when it's high in the spring. Who knows? So this is pretty nice. Here, maybe. Oh, look. I don't know who they are. They look like blue jays, but they're not. And they look like chickadees, but like much bigger. Looks like my friends have called me here. So here, looks like it's perfect. Is this going to go down if there's... I can't see it. It looks like we're like over a cliff, so I can't go too close to the cliff. But here, if I move this... This is all firewood, but I'm not gonna make fire. I don't need to. Or there. This is kind of cushion right there. This little tree is kind of right here. Yeah, that's perfect. And I got the nice water. Hey, we found the spot. I'm gonna make an offering in prayers. And then I'm gonna go get the rest of the gear. And oh my god, I'm gonna have to clean some stuff on the phone because I'm talking so much. I figured maybe I'll just do a half-hour total recording, but we're not even getting there and I already took out 15 minutes of recording. So I got the rest of my gear to my camp, and it would be smart to set up camp before exploring. Apparently I'm on an island. I send a pic, the map location. I'm like, oh, because of the rivers dry that way, this becomes an island. Well, it's not an island right now. But if I hadn't explored, then I wouldn't have found this little mini beach. There's sand and all, and this is where I can go wash. Because down there the current is quite high, so I mean that's perfect to come and bathe and wash in the waters. It might be cold though. I haven't touched that river yet. Oh no, it's good. It's like 85 degrees Fahrenheit. No, I'm just kidding. It's cold, but not that cold. Ooh, look at the cloud. Well, they're not really moving. It's windy down here, but not in the sky. Like, yeah, there might be a storm, but whatever. I'm exploring right now. I wanted to see the whole island, but it looks like when the river comes down, it must split there and then come down here. It's like right now we're on the riverbed, and then like the big river's over there, but it becomes an island. I'll show you maybe on the map. I don't know if it's like, I don't think it's a private island, so if it's government land or the land of, this is land of our ancestors essentially. So I mean, my ancestors are not from here. My ancestors are actually Algonquin from Lake Timiskaming in Quebec, or Ontario. It's kind of on the border, but I mean, they never used to have borders. Well, yeah, that's the big river. Look at that. So, but that's all dried up right now. It's really beautiful. So that would be the island, and then I'll go walk there another time. Let's go back to home base through the forest. I mean, I guess I could walk the riverbed, but I do prefer it through the forest. And so my ancestors are Algonquin, from France as well, and Scottish. So I got a bit of mixed blood. And well, now back to nature, which somewhere that I always felt comfortable was within nature since I was a child. Spent a lot of time playing in the forest, camping, canoe camping, mountain biking through forest, building tree houses, like just be in the forest. It's so peaceful. And I mean, look at the perfect beach. Now I'm getting more rain, so time to go time to go set up my little camping grounds. And made the offering. The land is welcoming me there. I saw a bit of poo from squirrels or rabbits around, I'm not sure, which didn't, like, it seemed like it's been there for a long time. Possibly in the winter when the rivers are frozen, the animals come here. And then I saw deer poo on the path here, so that's nice. I got a close connection to the deer clan, spreading the love. And the Martin clan as well. The Martin, the animal, is like an author. Not an author like me, write books, but an otter, O-T-T-E-R. They're the protectors of the land, the waters, and the people. And I feel really called by that as well. And typically they're in the clan system, First Nation, the people in the Martin clan are responsible for sustainable economic development. And funny enough, I've been designing eco-cities for many years now and visualizing them, and now, well, this past 8 months or so, I've dedicated a lot of my time towards that, of making the concepts, building relationships with developers, investors, and but I know that building cities is gonna take, I realize now, it's gonna take a while. So better focus on my superpower of telling stories and writing stories and giving speeches to inspire people. And so I'm using that superpower right now. But through those stories, who knows, we might plant the seed to grow and build cities together. Eco-cities, the cities of the future, by going back to the traditional teachings and like going back to Mother Earth, but also using future technologies to bring it all together. So I think that's the way we're supposed to live, in harmony with all of creation and in harmony with each other as well. And you might think that I know where I'm going now, but well, I do, because I'm just, well, no, I gotta take a shortcut there. But I never ever, touching wood through the forest, but I never got lost in my whole life. And I've been through a lot of forests. Oh yeah, I remember going over this tree stump. So you see, I kind of have this gift of recognizing trees and my path. I mean, it's not hard right now because I just gotta follow the river, but I've been through many forests and doing some loops, and I just always remember where I am. And so yeah, I'm not afraid of getting lost. But I did share my map location with my baby's mom, and just because she's coming in 2 days, and make sure I'm there. And she says that she has a friend that might have a sleeping bag for me, so that'd be awesome, because now I just have a little tiny blanket. Luckily I found a place to put my tent that's cushiony, so it's going to be comfortable. I'm feeling more rain, so rather than talk to you, I loaded my camera already, so rather than keep talking to you, I'm gonna go to camp, set up the tent, and then, well, I should stop talking if I want to record this whole adventure. But I'm doing the opposite right now, so I'll see you. Okay, it's definitely raining now. Not like drizzle, but quite a lot of drizzle. And I put my backpack with my laptop inside the tent. At least I'll set it up, but at least it'll stay dry. But what a cool place, right? Oh my god, beautiful. Wow, it's a huge tent. I'm not done, but I mean almost. And putting the bags inside was not a good idea because I had to move the tent around. So, still raining a little bit. It's so nice. Now the only problem is that it's bigger than I thought. So the spot I found, I gotta go between the branches because I don't want to step on the tree. I mean, I'll figure. But it's funny because before I bought a tent, like, it was on sale at Canadian Tire or whatever. Ooh, I see raspberries. Oh, little strawberries. I wondered if it was poison ivy, but it is strawberries. Oh, awesome. Look. Little wild strawberries. Yay, thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you. Oh, wow. I spent 2 years cleaning forests and creeks and rivers and beaches and making videos about them. You'll find them on the channel. But this is how Mother Nature says thank you. So good. Wow. So yeah, that's like a castle, because I was traveling with my, well, now ex-wife. We made the baby in the tent after Cirque du Soleil, and we were stealth camping, and there was like, it was a children's tent, like it was so small, and we had a big backpack, some stuff, some gear for camping. We're really traveling light, and she lasted like a week living my lifestyle, and then we switched things around after. But this now, like a castle, my baby could come live here. Oh, I see more strawberries. I'll see you. Wow, this is a castle-sized tent. Like, let's go check inside. I haven't went inside yet. Wait. So I bring this all the way down, and then zipper. Let's go check it out. Please, we gotta remove our shoes outside, and let's go see the skylight. I put the oopsie. Oh no, oh no, the zipper is broken. Uh-oh. No, that's a bit of a problem. Okay, let's try again. Hopefully it was just a little boo-boo. No, the zipper is broken. Okay, I'll figure that out after, because that's a problem. But look at the view. Wow. The view of the... Oh, you can't see. You gotta go closer. Wait. Let's... Oh, so that's not the entrance. Oh, so that's just... Well, it looks like we're not gonna have... Well, you get the view, huh? You can hear it. It doesn't open this way. But that's like so cool. That's huge. Okay, so... Huh. What? Well, that's weird. Why is there a zipper inside the tank? I guess if you want to collect rainwater. But I can broom the stuff away. Wow, that's like a vacuum trap. How cool is that? I never seen that before. It's very VIP. Now I should have bought a tarp to put under the tent, because water could get in, but luckily we're at the good place where nothing can come in. That's kind of strange, but it is useful. And there's a little vent for air here. Cool. Now you just gotta figure this. Oh. If I go very slow. Hey, it worked. Awesome. Okay, I'll pack in here and read a book or something, or write. There's so many right next to the tent, and it's so cool. I'm gonna leave like a few so that they get a chance to regrow, but I guess once I eat them and then I poo the seeds, they're gonna be fertilized for the next day. I guess that's how they work. I don't know. I don't know much about wild strawberries, but I do know about acorns and squirrels, and how the squirrels bury the seeds of the oak tree, the acorns, because I just wrote a kid's story about it. So, wow, what a place! What a place to come and write and create. I mean, look at that. And the birds have been telling me stories non-stop. They're like, come by, rah, rah. All kinds of birds. Birds that I haven't seen before. So cool. So, let's eat this for you. I know you can taste it from looking at me eat it. And it's going to be wonderful. This bird, I don't know who it is. God, it's good. God, fresh, wild strawberries. Right where I felt the call to put in my tent. What a blessing. Gonna go read a bit. The sun's out again. It didn't rain very much or very long. And I'm just looking for more strawberries. But they don't grow there. Although this could be blueberries, I'm not sure. Like the strawberries are there. Anyways. So while I'm here, I've been doing like a marathon reading all of Paulo Coelho's books lately. And so I guess gonna pick it up. But now I see that I brought 2 spiders inside, so let's try to get them out. They can walk on the book. No, come on the book. Buddy. I'm trying to help you. Come. Come. Okay. No, don't jump. Come. Come. Come, I'll get you out. Might have never seen a human before. I don't know. I'll figure it out. And then I want to show you my book. Well, let me show you my books and then I'll deal with the spiders. I don't want to kill them. That's a big no-no in my personal life. So where's the book? Where's the book? Where's the book? So here's a children's book I just wrote. Now this is not like official print. It's just the print at the library, which is not great. But this is how it's gonna look. So I'm really excited about this one. It's like the not the GoFundMe, the Kickstarter is up. Probably by the time you see this. And then that's a workbook to help people bring their dreams to life that I created just before that. And now I started writing another children's story. And then what else do I have? I brought everything. As an author. So there's another book that was gifted to me a while back. Anishinaabe, Tear of Water. Anishinaabe maps to the times ahead. So Anishinaabe, the people I stayed with. So I don't know what this is about yet, but that's cool. And then that was the first book I wrote, which is short, but that was like my blog post that became a book because I kept writing for 2 days. That was another one. I changed the title since I printed it. It was just Purpose, because life without it is meaningless. It's a book to help you find your purpose. I wrote my novels, the Messenger series. So I wrote book 2 as well that I don't have with me. And I'm gonna start probably this week writing book 3 in the series, and there's gonna be 10 books. And so this character here, we'll call him Jesus in his 20s, is traveling around the world and is gonna learn from all the ancient tribes, all the teachings that he needed to get to do what he did in his 30s. So this came to me while I was firekeeper and keeping the sacred fire in the teepee. And well, that's pretty much it for now. So let's deal with the spiders now. Wish me good luck, because I don't even know where they went now. Spiders! Are you there? Huh. Oh, I see one. Maybe it wants to be on the messenger instead of maktub. Maktub means it is written. Come, spider. Come. Yeah. Get here. Okay, nice. Ah, they're jumpy. Oh, what if I take this outside? Come. Yeah, got it. Yay. Okay, there's one. And there's one in the corner there. I don't know why I'm showing you this, but come, buddy. Come. Come. Okay, get on the book. Oh, Speedy, Jumpy. I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to help you. Right, I'm gonna run off that of recording space on my phone, so I'll deal with the spider. But you see, I'm not gonna hurt it. Now it's in the other corner. Oh. Wow, that one was really running away. It was hard. I had to put it between 2 books and then do a V with the books. Good thing I brought my books that I wrote, and then the V, and then put it outside. Here we go. That's how you take spiders out of your tent. I'm hot now. Okay, so now time to go read. Awesome. What a cool adventure. Thanks for sharing it with me. Love you. Well, it's the night. I got boxers as a toque on my head. And there's water coming in the tent. It's been raining non-stop. I mean, it's not bad tent, but it's coming in over there, which shouldn't. I got double layer, like, is it coming there? No. So just from the entrance there, sucks. Well, I know where not to put my feet, I guess. It's over there. I put all my clothes. I only have a tiny little blanket. It's quite cold, so I just put a whole bunch of clothes on top of me. Hopefully make it through the night. I just put my my foot in the water, so I just saw that there was water in the tent. It's 1:48 a.m. It'll be time to sleep, but hopefully don't get too wet. Ooh, what a night! By the way, I don't know if I told you. Well, I did tell you that water got in the tent, and so through the front, and there was a bunch of water that gets accumulated there, which was great. I could wash my hands with it. I had diarrhea this morning, so and yesterday, like afternoon, I think I ate too many of those. They were not energy bars, but 7 organic grain bars, and I'm like, I'm gonna load up on that before I leave. Not a good idea. So the river's exceptional, and so I don't know if I told you, but I got an email from Kickstarter last night. So I had just received my debit card, right? I had been waiting for it for like almost 3 weeks. And then I got it, and then I needed it for the Kickstarter in case there's chargebacks before I launch it, and then I had to send it for approval. So I did yesterday, like after I left to come here, and it said it could take up to 3 days to get approved. But then I got an email last night saying, hey, from Kickstarter. I'm like, yeah, we can launch the campaign. And then it says, your campaign is not approved. And I'm like, what? Because I directed all the creation of all the images, and I was very picky, and I made like hundreds and hundreds of images to image the book, and I wrote it myself, and unfortunately, ooh, strawberry. This one is squished a little bit. Maybe I stepped on it. Yeah. I should fast in the morning. Let's just put it there for now. Maybe I'll have it later. Sorry, I'm ADHD. If you can see, it's like squirrel. Actually, I made a video about squirrels, but it was horses in Mexico while I was biking. So yeah, because they only support human-created projects, which is all human-created, but because the images, I use AI to create the images as under my art direction. Even if I generated like hundreds and hundreds of images to decide exactly what I wanted, I was very precise, and like I've worked a long time with the platform, with ChatGPT. For years now to be exactly what I want, right? So to be the perfect helper for me, for my creative juices, and like building eco cities models and stuff like that. Like they're really cool. I'll show you a few there. So anyways, so Kickstarter won't support that. I need an artist to do the images of my book. So and unless I change that, then the platform won't allow it. So that's a bit unfortunate. But this morning, by praying about it and talking to ChatGPT about it, to my assistant, it was kind of my chief of staff. Even though we don't have employees yet. But this is where the New WordPress is going. And because the Kickstarter had become more about the New Earth Press rather than just a simple book, because I'm starting to write another one like this right from here, from my tiny island, and might go to the cafe today as well. Might have to walk like 45 minutes or so, because I'm kind of 15 minutes in the forest now, so I gotta get back to the park and then walk to town. So yeah, because it's become more about the New Earth Press and inspiring, writing more books, and helping families write their children book as well. So because it's become more about the New Earth Press, so that we plant a seed, and then those seeds will grow a forest all around us, just like where we are. And well, this is what we're doing around the world. So now this project that was just a book when I started writing the Kickstarter campaign become more about the New Earth Press and the New Earth Library, about like all the books that will bring to the world myself, all the children's stories that I have in my heart that I want to share, and there's many more already, and I'm trying not to step on strawberries. And yeah, so this has become much more like of a mission, a support based mission through crowdfunding, which would make more sense for GoFundMe or maybe another platform that I'll find. So I think we'll just transfer the campaign. We'll change it a bit, where it's not like pre-purchasing the book, essentially, with some additions where you can get it signed and you can get a personal message written by me, handwritten, and a video, and etc. Now it's going to be just a different campaign, but which might be a blessing in disguise, because Kickstarter, like, I had to run the campaign for 40 days, see if you reach the amount, and then I can receive the money. While GoFundMe, if there's a donation, I can use it instantly towards the printing and the production and the building of the New Earth Press, which is awesome. So that might be better. So that might be actually good news, that the Kickstarter that I worked so hard for 2 days non-stop to build, 3 days, has been rejected. So that's a little good morning, but it's essentially good news. So my arm is tired from holding the phone. So I don't know. I'll update you to the next thing that happens. So I was just part of the storyteller circle, and like luckily I had the internet here in my campground, and funny enough, I was sitting like by the river over there on the log, but then a bunch of ants came out of the rotten log, which is funny because that's going to be my next children's story, is inspired by something like that, which I started writing last week in the other storyteller circle, not on this page. This is the one from today. And so I moved because the river was too loud and I couldn't hear. And now I'm almost sitting in deer poo. So there's deer poo right there. Let me flip the screen. And then there's deer poo right there. And there's some deer poo like here, so right next to my leg. I might have been sitting into it. And what's cool is that there's an eggshell. I'm like, who brought an egg here? But I realized like this egg is big. So must have been like a, I don't know, a hawk or something, like. But how did it get on the ground? Either it cracked like from the nest and got here somewhere, or it came from the river in a flood, or an animal ate it and ate it here. I don't know. But anyways, that's how I do call with storyteller circle with poo all around me, and that was perfect because I love poo. I'm a daddy of a young one, so I live the poo life. And she's coming to play with me tomorrow at the little town. So I didn't get to the cafe today I ended up falling asleep since I didn't sleep a lot last night because I was freezing and there was water coming on my tent. But the good news is I talked to the man who's on the marketplace, a 73-year young man who sold me the tent, and he says there's little ropes and you can probably, I don't know how, like I have to figure out how to tie this further from the tent. There's no hook, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it, but maybe I'll just wrap the cord like this and then pull it out. I don't know, but that would prevent the rain from like leaking directly in the tent. So that's cool. And I did mention him in the story that I just wrote in the storyteller circle. The team was I could read it to you, but then, and there's stuff that I want to add if I was to ever publish this story, but the theme was, it makes no sense, and people had beautiful stories to tell. It makes no sense that I planted my tent right next to wild strawberries, because I just got one and another one. This one is not quite ready, but I'll eat it anyways just to prove my point. It's so good. So, well, I'll read it to you another time if you want it, because it's going to take a minute. But it was beautiful, and everybody had written beautiful stories. I arrived late again because I was dealing with the Kickstarter versus GoFundMe campaign, and so I didn't have time to finish. I like voiced the end of the story and I forgot some bits to it, but we had like less than 10 minutes to write, or at least when I joined, and I think it was very powerful. Like they said, it gives a lot of hope that everything that happens in your life is meant for a reason, and you just keep faith. And that was what my story was about. Things that are happening, like being here and finding wild strawberries all around the tent. Everything that happened to me, like, didn't make sense. That a woman commented on my blog post years ago, and within 4 hours we were engaged, and then 2 weeks later we would make a baby, and now we're no longer together. But like, all of that led to me being here today in this other province, leaving from Mexico where I had 3 pesos in my pocket, and somehow I knew it didn't make sense it does not make sense, but I knew that everything would be wonderful, and it was. So it also doesn't make sense that I'm on my tiny island really deep in the forest, and this morning I saw people walking there to go fishing over there, and I was about to go over there to bathe naked to go clean up. So now I'll see if they're still there. I could go give it a little wash, and then I'll keep writing and keep working on the GoFundMe and the launch of New Earth Press and the New Earth Library, so that we can inspire children and their parents and adults all around the world through stories. So my friends, I love you all. I don't know if this is the last blog, but I've recorded enough. Maybe that's gonna be video part 1, and then you'll see. It's just like second morning. Like, not even second morning, is the first morning. Well, now it's like late afternoon, but it's like I arrived late yesterday afternoon, or in the afternoon yesterday. Planted my tent late afternoon, and now we're about the same time. So it's been 24 hours in the forest. I've been fed with wild strawberry, well, some nuts that I brought. I'm not worried about bears, because I mean they can climb here for sure on the island, but I don't know. I'm not worried. So I know the animals protect me. That's what an elder told me. Wow, look at the birds. So tomorrow, yeah, I'll go see my baby, go play with her at the park in the town, go to the cafe, have a good time, then I'll write some more over there, and then back to the tent. So now, let's go find, if if I gotta go swim naked to wash. If not, I'll bring the bathing suit just in case. See you there, maybe or not. Maybe I'll see you in the next video. Cliffhanger, if you want to see me swim naked. But not cliffhangers, I've done it many times in cenotes in Mexico, and you can watch it here or there. But this is PG-13, you don't see my wee-wee. Okay, time to get in the water. P.S. I'm wearing a bathing suit, so don't get any ideas. Since there was people going fishing there this morning, I figured better wear the bathing suit. I don't know if they were here or not, but that's the beach. Like, look, there's literally sand, and then the river. Cause I did water rescue team at the fire station I was working at, and we did whitewater rescue training as well. And I did a lot of whitewater surfing on a kayak, but you see, like, the current is going there, and then it gets more current over there. But here, because there's like a ledge, it comes back, and then there's no current, so it's totally safe to go swim. I don't know what temperature the water will be. I didn't bring the tripod, I didn't think, but you can join me in the water. Let's go bait together. There was some strawberries on the way on the path. When I looked down, I found 3 of them, 3 little strawberries. It was so good. I feel so blessed. Now the sun is there, so how am I supposed to install the camera? Maybe here on my shoes, so you don't see. Let's go like, I don't know. I don't want it to fall in the mud. What if I put a stone and then another stone, and then you can look at my large nipples at the same time? I made a video about that a couple months ago while I was in Mexico. It's like, I'm not perfect. What about like this? That's pretty good. There we go. Woo! It is cold. Wow. But it is good. Okay, let's go, let's go. Ah. Ha. It is so cold. It is water from the glaciers, I'm guessing, because it is so freaking cold. Holy. I'm gonna get my towel and then go turn off the phone because now I'm a little wet. I just did a quick scrub in there. Oh, not my armpits. Let's go back. Quick, very quick wash. I see my tent over there. It's cool. I'll show you after. Okay, here we go. So what saddens me is that there's a cup right there, and either somebody who came here to have a good time and enjoy nature, now we're in the water, or it was washed up by the current, but it looks kind of freshly there, so maybe it's the people who went fishing this morning. I don't know if you can see, like, there's a blue between the trees. I don't know if I'm pointing at the right place, but if you zoom in, editor me, you might see. So there you go. What a nice place. Paradise. Okay, so go back at the camp, and now I'm gonna go work on maybe finishing writing the story I started, or work on the GoFundMe. Probably GoFundMe first. is more like timely, pressing matters. Not timely, but here we go. Okay, go away, fly. Okay, I'll see you there. Oh. And we'll pick this up because why would somebody leave it there? But maybe they forgot. I'm not gonna judge anyone. So cool how the cliff, like I guess the river sometimes goes big. Let's empty it first. Because why carry like... Okay. Maybe that coffee was meant for me. 5-second rule. No, I'm just kidding. So, I'll go tomorrow with my baby to the cafe in town. Okay, so let's pick my shirt. And then we don't leave anything behind when we're in nature, right? You want to appreciate nature? Well, then you pick up after yourself. So, but yeah, it could have been a mistake. All right. Thanks for swimming with me. I appreciate you. And I love you. And I thank you for being here on this little otter retreat journey with me. Oh my God, as I say this, like, and turn off the phone, I see like all around me is strawberries. Like, oops. Those are not quite, I mean, it's a little past fresh. This one is good. That's a good one. This one is not quite ready, but not bad. This one is a little sandy. Ooh, there's a big one there. I'm surprised that the ants don't eat them all. Oh, that's a nice one. Nice. Ah! I squished it. It's not coming off. Yeah. Well, it's not. Oh, bumblebee. Nice. Okay, it still tastes good. But it was a little squished in my fingers. Anyways. I'll see you when I have another story to tell, which seems to happen quite frequently lately. There's a squirrel that came really close. Like, I was just there working with ChatGPT on the campaign, on the GoFundMe, and like it came down the tree, and then it came here, like right next to me, and then it came towards my tent. I think it wants my nuts. I'm not gonna feed the squirrel because I've done it before at the house. I was living with an ex, and they would literally climb like the door, like the screen door, and like they would come like 5 of them every single day, like non-stop, because they wanted more nuts, and we kind of made little monsters out of them. But there's a really important character in my children's book story, is the squirrel. So if you want to check it out, or go to GoFundMe really soon. It's going to be about the New York Press and the New York Library and the mission and the vision behind it. But the book is coming through it. So that's exciting. So go check it out. I put some stuff to dry there. And night is going to fall. It was really, really warm in the tent today, but now it's going to get really cold tonight. So I need all the stuff I have, like a towel to use as a blanket. Tree. Wow, it's so cool. Well, I'm charging my phone right now, and so somebody walks there, and I'm like, I'm just working right there in my deer pool, and somebody walks and is talking on the phone, and then turns around and goes this way, and then this was like through the dry river. And I'm like, hello, and doesn't answer. He's talking on the phone. I'm like, oh well, like maybe it's just talking to, like, in my head I'm like, hey, he must be talking, because I'm kind of stealth camping, must be talking to, like, I don't know, maybe to get me kicked out of here. Like, I'm camping in nature, but like I think everybody should be able to camp in nature, like it's nature. I'm on an island, and but then he comes back behind my tent, and he's looking at the river. I'm like, he's like, hello. I'm like, hey, what's up? So we start chatting. Turns out he speaks French like me, like he studied French. He's a super cool guy. He's a dad. He's fishing right now. He tell me about all the fish that's here. It's all trout, like black trout, rainbow trout, purple trout, like whatever kind of trouts there are, which is really good. It's like the salmon of here. And they're really hard to catch, he says. But anyways, so he's a dad, and he loved that I'm writing a book, so like a children's book from here about nature, and he says his wife is going to be so happy, so I'm going to share the book with them. I already did, actually. Just give them like the access to the advanced reader copy, and like, this is so exciting. This is how like God works, the universe, Allah, whatever you believe in. Like, there's a reason why I'm here. I thought I'd be total stealth, because I thought like nobody's gonna come from the river there. Like, there's no access on the other side. There's no access on this side. Like, there's a little mini cliff. Like, people cannot climb there. And then I'm like, and this is like forest. Like, there's no way somebody's gonna walk there. And then people this morning, and then tonight, like, it's almost 8 p.m. and this guy comes. It's so cool. So, and he says he's comfortable on camera. So let's go see him fishing, fly fishing, and let's go learn a thing or two about it. What a cool adventure in the forest. Wow. Thank you for being here with me and the charger. I just drained the other one just by working with ChatGPT on updating like the Kickstarter, from Kickstarter to GoFundMe page, and ChatGPT was really confused. Like, this is one of the hardest moments I've had to redo everything, and like rewriting it from scratch when I said I just want to edit the original. Like, we spent 2 days, 3 days already working on like perfection, and like now you're rewriting from scratch. So anyways, it's a bit of a headache, but now got it. So let's go see some fly fishing, and I'll put my my pendant again. I feel naked, and some pants, because flies are gonna come out. And I told you the story about the squirrel already, right? I think I did. I'm a little ADHD, so I don't know if I spoke to myself or to you. Talk soon. By the way, shameless plug, like, oopsie. So, well, it's not the plug to me, but this shirt was designed and made. I have a few colors of that shirt, and like by my friend Thierry, who's a designer, and he has a boutique that he had in France, but now he's just in Tulum in Mexico, and he's such a great guy, and he's got lots of friends there. He's introduced me to a lot of people in and around Tulum, and if you ever travel to Mexico, go see him at Lhasa Boutique. He's so nice, and his clothes are so cool, and they're great for otters retreat in the forest. So that's just the point I wanted to make. Oops, the screen flipped because I dropped the phone. So, well, whatever, I'll finish recording like this. And yeah, he gave me a bunch of his designs when I was there. So nice, that I could use for the podcast I was starting, and made a lot of videos wearing his clothes. So love that guy, and just want to show what he's doing with all natural textiles and really cool designs. Okay, let's not get mosquitoes in there. I was looking for like a, well, actually, let's get in the castle, and now let's get like a long sleeve, because the mosquitoes are coming out, and I'll see you there. Oh, I forgot about the little wave there. Now I remember I told you about Garburator wave, but it feels like ages ago I saw that wave, and that was like yesterday afternoon. It feels like I've camped there for so long. That's really cool. Now it looks like I lost Troy. Let's go find where he might have gone. He might have found another spot, because he says the fish is really hard to find, so, or maybe it's down there. I don't know, can we zoom in? Nope. That was not Troy, that was a tree. I don't know where he is. He told me he would be down here. But let's go for a walk. I'll go for a walk. Now, where do I get off of here? Oh, there, by the way, there was like next to the strawberries, it is blueberries. I'm pretty sure because I see like it's kind of green right now. So it's not the season for blueberries. I think blueberries are like later. I don't know when they grow, like October or September or October. I'm not sure. Probably not November because there's gonna be snow. But like it's starting. So right next to where I'm camping, randomly I found this spot by climbing here and then walking that direction and then finding that this spot would be a good stealth and then walking further and then coming back and then planting the tent and then being like, oh my god, there's like tree leaves, plants. This could be either poison ivy or, bless me, or strawberries. And then I found all the strawberries and then next to it there's actually blueberries, but they're not seasoned yet. But if I was to stay there for months, then I'd be fed. I'd be fed all year long. There's clearly moose, but I'm not hunting the moose. I love them so much. But if I was very hungry, I guess that's something. Oh yeah, and I gotta be careful with the squirrel now that I left the tent with the nuts in there. It's not attracting bears, it's attracting squirrels. That's funny. So I lost Troy. Well, I know I can go down here. So let's go see if I can find him. If there's a hole in the tent because the squirrel went through, well, at least he'll have a good snack. I'll just gotta go. That's my pat down. It's kind of extreme. Like it's a bit of a jump. Yeah. Let's show you. Like on video you can't see anything that's high. Whew. I mean it's not bad. Just use a hand, but it is like a bit of a climb. Yeah, almost fell in the water. Like I gotta jump from stone to stone. But they're not too far apart. But let's go see if we can find my new friend down there. And if not, well, it's not meant to be. But I sent him the book anyway, so it was good of me to like take his email immediately. And he was so happy. I'm like, hey, I just writing a children's book like right here, right now, a new one, and I just wrote one a couple weeks ago that I'm about to publish, and I'd love for you to have a look at it because you have a child, right? And he's like, oh my god, that's so cool. And so yeah, he said his wife is gonna be so happy, and this is how we're always guided where we need to be. It's so cool. So let's go for an evening adventure, and then I should stop using my phone because my chargers are draining. One half drained already. I thought it would last a lot longer because it went from like 45% charge, and I used it many times last night. I was using my phone a lot, and then suddenly I'm working with ChatGPT while it's plugged, and then boom, it says 0. So I don't know, it went from like 45 with a couple charges and then to 0 in like 20 minutes of charging, and not even moving my phone. I don't know. So anyway, well, I can go loop around and go see, like from walking up there. Is it worth it? Every adventure is worth it. It's always worth it to go explore, especially when there's like this guy shows up. It's so cool. So anyway, oh, there's like a path, because I don't like stepping on plants. Hurts my heart. I may have told you that earlier. I may repeat myself a lot because I'm old now. I don't look too old, but I'm 40 years old, so I start telling stories over and over again. As a storyteller, that's what I do. Remember, it's like my grandpa. When well, I don't quite remember my grandpa. He passed away when I was 10 years old. But I could imagine that grandpas repeat stories, and now I am the one repeating stories. Well, no sign. Well, whatever. It might not be meant to be, but it is nice. So that's the first dry river that I saw. And then, how beautiful is this? Perfect for inspiration as an author. Or the author, the animal. The otter, the Martin clan, like I am. Which is funny because I'm Martin clan, First Nations, but maybe also Deer clan, which is like love and community and relationships. And then Martin clan, like I told you, is the protectors of the waters, the land and the people. So which is I really care about Mother Earth and about humanity. Like, this is my real passion, and doing sustainable development and things like that. So I do associate with both, because we can do that through love. So maybe I'm part of both clans. And so my name, Mac Martin, it comes from the like Scottish Mac Martin, but it changed over time, which is the clan Martin, but Martin, and then Martin clan, the animal, is Marten. But it's funny that I'm Martin clan in both my ancestral lineage. So now this is redundant, and this is like, well, maybe I didn't tell you that, but this is still like a grandpa story. So let's end with that. I'm gonna go read books so I don't use my phone too much tonight, and seeing my baby in the morning. I might walk to town tomorrow morning early, go to the cafe, do some work, launch the GoFundMe campaign, because now I just edited everything. Now I just need to publish it. Yeah, I'm gonna need to select the pictures and all. But I'll try to use the same ones that I use for Kickstarter, so it's kind of a copy paste, but I changed or rechanged the presentation a lot. So that's how we're gonna launch New Earth Press with the New Earth Library, the new book, the new children's book, and then all the future children's books that are coming, and the super cool story. I'll tell you another time, but it's how the GoFundMe page will start. Is about one of my early readers. Well, actually, I'll tell you right now. So, a friend, Julie, who's an artist, she read it with her son Leon, my advanced reader copy, and she says like, "Oh my God, Guillaume, Leon is so inspired, and here's what he thinks of it." And then she says, "I've always personally wanted to write a children's book, and I've never done it, and now you inspire me to do it." And then 20 minutes later, she sends me another text message, and she's like, "Oh my God, Guillaume, you won't believe it." She's like, "I just was so inspired. I just wrote the entire roadmap of my book, and I'm ready to write my children's book." So I was so proud of that. And she did say you did, and the whole book is about planting a seed that becomes a forest, because that's the vision I've had 8 years ago with carrying that story in my heart, is that one seed will grow a magnificent tree. This tree will grow thousands of seeds, and those will become trees and etc., etc., until like a whole forest has grown. And so she said, you really are starting to, like, your seed is really starting to grow a forest with her writing a book. And then that got me talking like immediately with her and saying, oh my god, like this might be. I thought that the New York Press and because I'm doing the editing and like, well, I want to hire people, but hopefully I can soon. Like right now I'm doing the whole publishing process for my own books, for my novels that I've written, and now the children book. And so like that was gonna, I was like, well, that might just become a publishing company in itself, but who am I going to publish? Is it just going to be my books or not? And now she got me thinking, maybe those seeds that we plant through the stories will inspire more books and more parents and more to write a book with their children, to write a book like a story that they've been carrying themselves, and now we can help them publish. Because the publishing process, I gotta say, like for some, the creative process of writing books is the hardest part, but for me, like, I can write a book like this. I can write non-stop. I've been writing my blog for years, and I can write a story like I'm just inspired, and I keep writing, and I like, it's automatic writing, and that's easy for me, and I could focus more on that. But then the publishing part is so much work, and it's exhausting, but I really enjoy it now that I've started really putting my heart into it. And so, yeah, we can help other families, other parents, other people that carry stories in their hearts, to put it out there into books. So here's the birth of the New York Press with the New York Library, where we hold all the stories that will inspire others. Maybe it went the other way. Let's go check. So here we are. Now I deleted a bunch of stuff off my phone, and now I'm filling it up with videos again. So this video of me in the forest might be, now we're like 28 hours later from the forest. I plan to spend a week here. So the video I think will be like 12 hours long. Oh no, look. Maybe I noticed earlier, but I forgot to pick it up. So let's bring it back to camp. That's unfortunate how it got here, but maybe when there was a flood, it was carried by the river, so not somebody that voluntarily put it there, and maybe the flood carried it from a trash can or recycling bin down to the river, like, we don't know. So, but let's not judge, but let's be aware of this is no bueno, not good in the forest. And so let's be aware for future. If you carry stuff into the forest, make sure you bring it out. Well, unless you're bringing like plants or something, like gifts for the forest, like offerings of tobacco or medicines. So yeah, so this will be our little trash pile. I'll get a bag tomorrow when I'm in town, or I have one extra one in my backpack, and we'll deal with that. And I love you, and I'm gonna go read right now because I didn't find the guy, but I did send him the book. So lots of love. Okay, let the adventure begin. It's 10:40 a.m. I gotta get to town for noon to be with my baby, and I thought I'd have left 40 minutes ago, so I had time to start the GoFundMe. I had diarrhea again this morning. I think this nuts diet that I've just eaten nuts for the last couple of days, and ate like all those 7 green, organic green like bars before I left was not maybe a good idea. But let's bring the trash. I thought I had a bag in my backpack, but I don't. So we'll leave the campsite behind and then bring this to the recycling at the park. I could wait till to noon, because then my baby's mom and baby are gonna come and join me at the park. But like, I'd like to do some work on the computer from the cafe. So if I can get to the cafe, I don't know how long the walk will be. at least, I don't know, 45 minutes at least. So that's not going to be a lot of time. But if I get like a 20-minute of intense work, because I already wrote the campaign, maybe I can click launch just before my baby gets there. We'll see. See you there. I gotta jump the ledge there. Oh, and by the way, I never found the guy that came to the campsite who told me to come and fish with him. But it's okay. Sometimes angels, they just appear, deliver a message, and then they leave. I've had many angels come in my life to give messages, and I've in turn been the angel to some people where I just met them for a few minutes, give them hope, and then kept riding my bike and disappeared. So sometimes you just need a message delivered, and you gotta talk to everybody to know those messages. Funny, because I was reading another book by Paulo Coelho last night during my Paulo Coelho marathon, and it's a book called Maktub, and it was one of the short stories that he wrote was about talking to people, because that's how angels deliver messages. So it's funny that it happened right before it. And by the way, the night was so cold again. Hi! The night was so cold, freezing cold. I woke up around, I don't know, 4, just freezing. And then until like I was just in a little blanket wrapped up around me. I had 3 layers of clothes, of pants and shirts. I had my boxers as a toque on my head, or tuck, and it's still cold. And I had gloves that I luckily got brought with me. And then, wow, it's still cold, so I'm gonna get a blanket from little village today, or there might be a possibility that there's a sleeping bag waiting for me there. We'll see. I'll tell you that story another time. Now I'll just walk, and my phone is almost full again. All this video recording. But I love sharing this journey with you. So my friends, see you in town, or see you whatever I decide to record next. Wow! I mean, I cannot not show you this. That's beautiful. I don't know who is or what it means, but it's a nice creek. Wow. So anyways, I got another 30 minutes-ish of walk. If I listen to the GPS, normally I walk a little faster than normal people. But because I'm in my flip-flops, who knows how long it'll take to get to town. I could have hitched a ride, like, from some cars passing by, but I don't know. I did not do it. Oh, there's the police. That would be a peace officer. That would have been a good ride to catch. But who knows? I got lots of adventures with the police. Like, so many helped me on my journey across Canada on my bicycle, and I got I got arrested a few times. Not like arrested, but because I was protecting people that like I believe in their mission, their vision. Never like fought with the police or anything, but I got evicted of my snow igloo because it was at the wrong place when I lived in it for 2 weeks. So that's a funny story. I'll try to find a video for you. And well, let's keep going, my friends. Oh, one time I went snowshoeing in Shitty Camp in Nova Scotia in the winter with my baby. and I parked at the end of the street, then went snowshoeing, and then on the way back, I got in the car, we start driving, and then it crossed the police, and I wave at the police, and she waves, and then she turns around, put her lights on, and then so then I stop, and then she comes to me like, hello, and she's like, hey, what are you doing here? I'm like, I just went snowshoeing with my baby back there. And so she looked at the baby and she's like, oh, cute. And then because a neighbor saw that the weird man was going in the forest with the baby during winter, and called the police. So that was funny, but I knew I was protected, right? If I had broken my leg during or something might have happened during the snowshoeing adventure with my baby, we would have been protected. So funny story with police. Anyways, lots of love, my friend. Well, that's funny, right there next to a cafe and bistro, but that's not the one I'm going at. But I'll go on the way back, is a children toys and bookstore. So I'll go show my book, and maybe that's the first place that's gonna sell my book when it's published. That's so cool. You go to little bookstores, talk to everybody. I've had my novels, when I wrote my first novel, I've had a lot of friends who had shops, like, because I talked to everybody on my journey on my bike, right? And I made lots of friends, and they sell it in their stores. One friend, Shay, was selling it at the restaurant. Donna was selling it at DNN Variety Gift Store in Little Current on Manitoulin Island. And then I had friends, I forgot, it's a bead store in Sault Ste. Marie. They're selling it there. I crossed the border to go to the USA for like a few hours on my bicycle, testing my passport in the winter. And I went to a store there, and I don't know if she ever, and she bought a book, but I don't know if we never got back together about selling it there. But anyways, talk to everybody. Like, you don't need to go like to Barnes and Nobles and Indigo chapters, because believe me, I tried, but it's so corporate, it takes a long time. They do advertise local authors sometimes, but it's a bit of I had a long discussion with the manager in Sault Ste. Marie, and she was saying, well, our system is down right now, you're gonna have to come back in a couple months because its system has been malfunctioning, whatever. So go to little bookstores and little gift stores in little towns. Like, this is a really cool town. It's got a bit of like a saloon, like Far West vibe to it. It's very Western, I like it. And oh, I think that's the cafe I'm going. Maybe not. Arts and Gifts, maybe somewhere to sell my books. So I didn't bring them all in my backpack, all my books. I could have shown my novels, but whatever. Maybe I'll stay here for a while with my baby, I don't know. It's a nice little town. We never know where God's guiding us. Anyway, I'm like, my phone is almost full again. So let's talk another time.
You can redraw here.
So the funny thing is, I walked to a leather store and I wanted to fix my flip-flops that are done. And then I speak to the woman, and then she says, "Oh, there's a powwow nearby," and
Alex
there's a powwow nearby. So this is awesome. Can't wait for the dance. And you just follow your heart sometimes. And this is cool. Now I'm with my baby. We're gonna dance, and there's a bouncy castle. So. Wow. Oh my god, I want to go dance with my baby. Wow, it's so cool. Now we gotta wait for intertribal so that everybody can go dance. I just cannot wait. We just got here, but we do dances already. So this is the jingle dance. So they dance, and the women, they carry the medicines, and they heal the people through this dance. So this was my home for a whole winter. So my job, when I became firekeeper, when an elder, you okay, boo boo? when an elder left me in one, and he said, he looked at the fire and he said, there was nobody, and he said, kid, you got to take care of that fire. And then he looked at me, bring the fire back to life, and he said, okay, that's you stay here. And I ended up keeping the sacred fire. Now there's no fire. That was my home for a whole winter. The beautiful experiences I've had there, the ceremonies, keeping the sacred fire 24/7, and that's where I was inspired around the sacred fire, about this man coming from across the ocean 2,000 years ago. Story of Jesus in his 20s, and it became my first novel from living a whole winter in a teepee like this. And like all First Nations don't live in teepees anymore, and like the teepees were in the prairies because they resist the high winds, but it's cool for ceremonies. It's like it's kind of like a temple, but everybody, if you see a teepee with a fire lighted, I was told by elders, everybody's welcome, no matter your color, your religion. Around the fire, there's no, like, it's for everybody, and it's beautiful culture, teachings. Daddy out? My baby wants me alone in there. Yes. Oh my god, I just heard men's grass. So the grass dance is the first one I did. I'll show you a picture. Like, I did a little friendly competition for not people from the First Nation, where my first powwow where I went was at, and I got to dance as the grass dancer and dance the grass dance, which I know nothing about, but you got to replicate the grass and the wind. And from what I understood is that the grass dancers, before they would set up a village at the teepees, the grass dancers would dance like the grass. Their feet would like flatten the grass. And those are beautiful traditions. So let's go check them out right now. Come, Boo, let's go see the grass dancers. Wow. So you see, they step on the grass and dance like the grass to respect it. Okay, let's go see that, Boo Boo. So we got to do one of the closing round dances with Boo Boo, but now she's more interested in this than the dance. So it's okay. Funny, by the way, because a couple winters away I competed in a round dance competition. There was not that many participants, but I got second place, and I had no idea what I was doing. And some people said I could have maybe had first place. So, but the judges knew the first place more. He's a professional, so yeah, it was really cool, great experience. And so forget I said that. He was much better than me. I still wish I'd won a little competitive. So you go like, well, I can't show you the football, so whatever, you'll figure. So I sweat so much walking back from the powwow with my baby in my arms and a big backpack, and I had left the head of her doll, like Stella, the author, stick out of the bag so she can watch her while we walk. And then she's drinking milk, and then at one point, getting close to the bridge, it was a long walk, and she's like, ta ta, she says, she calls Stella like that. And then I look back, she's like, oh, she goes like this. And I look back, and like up the hill, like Stella fell off the bag, the leather belt that the lady at the shoe repair store gave to Boo Boo so she could play with. Look at the ducks through the rapids. Wow, what a gift, what a gift. And so like it had fallen, and now the zipper was coming almost fully open. I would have lost everything in the backpack, but Boo Boo called it. Luckily we turned around, and then her mom came and picked us up not too long after, but we were getting really close to the town. So so I sweat so much, I'm gonna go have a little shower in the river, and the sun is coming down, so I gotta make sure I dry properly so that I don't freeze tonight. But now I do I have a sleeping bag. I got one from town. We actually went all the way to the nearest town, so I can, so that she could, like, my baby's mom could do some shopping she wanted to do, and while I was playing with Boo Boo, and so I grabbed the sleeping bag from there. So tonight I shouldn't freeze, which would be a good night to sleep. Because the last 2 nights were hard. I did sleep yesterday in the afternoon a bit, but not today because I was with Boo Boo. So I'll probably go down early tonight after the shower, eat the croissant. I ate a lot of croissant. Video is 2:22 now, and there's 5 minutes something total to film, so we got like 2 minutes and a half left of film. I'm gonna have to do some cleanup again like I did today. I deleted a bunch of videos I'd taken in Mexico. I'm like, I'm never gonna edit them and go through them. Like, I got hours of recording. It's like, this is another life where I had my like super long hair, my long beard, and living in my tent in Mexico. It's like another life, even though I'm living in a tent, but this is more for pleasure. In Mexico I had to do it. How do I come down here again? Oh yeah, through here. Okay, I'm not gonna film the swim today because you saw the one yesterday, and today I'm going fully in my bodysuit, so for my eyes only. for like, you know what I mean. See you. Oh, 3:33 now. Damn, that was cold. Woo! But so worth it. It felt really good. So now walk back to camp and have an early one tonight, hopefully. I'll eat the croissant before the squirrel comes and eat it. And hopefully my diarrhea stops tomorrow, because it's pretty solid diarrhea. Not solid like it's very liquid. It's solid in the sense that it's intense diarrhea, but nothing solid about it. So it's third day now. I think it's those 7 organic grain bars that I ate before I left. Like, I ate too much, all of them in a row, and I'm still pooing flax seeds. So as juice. Anyways, I won't get into too much details. If you're watching this during dinner, I apologize. But yeah, bathing glacier waters before bed should be a good night. Now, before I film tomorrow, I'm gonna have to do some cleaning, more cleaning on the phone. I should start editing and releasing those videos so I can delete them, but it's gonna take me a while, and I got better stuff to do right now while I'm in the forest. So see you tomorrow. So I'm walking to town now to go to cafe, do some work, and I really need to clear space on my phone, so I might edit the part 1 of this little author's retreat that I'm taking. But I was talking with my assistant ChatGPT this morning, or chief of staff, and about the book that I want to write, and we were brainstorming and suggesting a book of trauma and first responders, like how to deal with it, because I didn't deal with it well myself, and I almost took my life, and I quit my job, and like everything was crumbling in my world, and there was like, I had to take a year off, and when I came back from the year off, my depression came back, and anyways, there's a lot that happened that I don't want to personally relate in the book, because I made peace with all the people that hurt me, and I myself was the worst, and those are stories that I want to make peace with that past, and I want to see those people and tell them I love them and hug them, but the whole system. So it's not about the people, it's about the whole system of dealing with a first response. What did happen, and I did run out of space. Now I'm in the cafe, and there's like a plug there, but there's a plug over there in between, like on the stone wall. But then I was talking to another young guy who was asking where I came from because of my accent. And he wants to be an archaeologist. He's from Halifax, so I live near Halifax. So we had stuff to share about that. And then somebody took the spot that was there, and here was somebody reading. But then she moved, like as I was going in between the tree to plug and asked the guy if I could plug it there. Then she moved out. And then I'm like, hey, can I take your spot? And she's like, yeah. And I said, okay, because I want to write a children's book. She's like, no way. I write children's book too, but now I'm writing a novel. And then we talked about publishing books and stuff like that. And she seemed like she wanted to leave, so not have a full conversation, but it was so cool. So I'm sitting at the author spot at the back of the cafe, and it's past 2 p.m. and I'm having caffeinated coffee. So hopefully I can sleep tonight. I'm kind of weak towards caffeine because I don't do it often anymore, and it keeps me up at night. But cheers. And if this story inspires you, to write your own children's story, well, maybe this is a sign for you. Wow, rough night. Rough night. Like, I couldn't sleep before like 6 a.m. And last night I was still editing and adding parts to the longest blog post I've written in history. It's like 12 a.m. and I was sharing it everywhere until like still working. It was like 2 a.m. Launched a GoFundMe before I left town yesterday, the video, then the blog post that's I don't know, the journey back. I'll link it like to the video. I think it's really funny. It's a really good one. It's like crazy what happened yesterday, but just too much to tell you on video. And like part of the blog post about this video is all being always full and me having to delete some from Mexico, which last night, just in case I get abducted by aliens in the night and I want to record it. So and I'll show you a picture of me with the boxers on my head in the middle of the night because it's so cold again. But I couldn't sleep, but now it's like 9 something a.m. So I slept for like 3 hours or less. But I'll go on with the day. So no more caffeine for me. I haven't had caffeine for a long time, and now I had coffee. It was after 2 p.m. when I found the cafe. And they could have made decaf Americano, but I kind of didn't want Americano, so I took the drip coffee, which was caffeinated and kept me awake all night. Oh well. Now I'm filling my phone again, which I spent a lot of time last night to delete stuff, so oh my god, I got a problem with video with space on my phone. Time to fill my phone again. So I'm just at the river to do a quick wash, like, you know, just a scrub, and I see like more trash carried by the current. Well, that's useful to close a bag. I might just keep this one. Nice. Thanks for providing from IKEA. They're not sponsoring this video. That'd be cool though. So now we pick it up and I'll go back to camp. I have a little bag. I pick up like all the trash that I get. I put my own trash, but I really don't have any, like, to be fair. Darn, it's 9:30 at night and I'm just back to the tent, and I was a little worried on the way back. I'm like, I think I wanted to take the container of nuts out of the tent before I left, and then I forgot. I left rapidly and I was worried the squirrel might have trashed my tent, but you know what? It looks like it's okay. So tonight I'm gonna have a good night. So, because I know the squirrel was circling my tent yesterday, smelling my collection of nuts. I did bring some in my backpack, like the bag, but then the container, which would be hard to open for a squirrel, but you can bite through the plastic. But now it's good. So hey, perfect night ahead. See you in the morning. So I'm ready to go bait a little bit, go wash, and I thought I'd walk to town today, but to be honest, I slept less than 3 hours last night because of the coffee I took in the afternoon yesterday while writing the book on for firefighters, for first responders to heal trauma, like I did not do 10 years ago, but it's only during my journey that I started healing, and I want to help many because I know a lot. Strawberries? Oh, they're not ready. I know a lot of people, a lot of first responders are struggling. Like, I've seen it around me, and I've seen it in my own life. So I'm like, okay, let's take a break. So I'm working on. Wait. So I was working with ChatGPT, my assistant, the chief of staff, and editor, on a blog post that I'm writing, because when I shared the GoFundMe in my story of the blog yesterday, in children authors group on Facebook, like I got some that are happy for me, but then I got a lot of let's say hateful messages saying like, oh, like go back to your AI slop and blah blah blah. And when like I didn't even write the book with AI, I just I worked hundreds of hours, like at least 100 hours to produce that book. Here's a strawberry. Yay. Thank you. But I did use AI like for the business aspect, and for the production of the pictures, which I wasn't able to hire an illustrator right now because I just can't afford it. But it keeps me going, and later I'm going to be able to hire a bunch of illustrators because of the work that I'm able to create and publish with AI right now, through the business aspect of it. And yesterday I was able to write a 16 chapter, a whole book that I voice memoed on my phone, transcribed it, shared with ChatGPT, organized structures, the chapters, and we wrote like essentially the whole like beta version of the whole book in one day. And after I joined a storyteller circle by my friend Mark, that you want to join if you're a storyteller as well. It's amazing. And there was a publisher there. There was other authors, people who write plays, and I just gave the book that I just wrote as a speech to them rather than read what I like to write something and read it. I just decided to give the story and share it, and I cried. And everybody told me, I've got to bring that story to the world to help a lot of first responders heal with trauma. And that's my personal story. And so I was just blogging about how like AI does not erase. Yeah, there's AI slop that's being produced. Like if somebody says, okay, write me a book, it just tells AI, write me a book. And then they publish that book. And yeah, there's no soul in there. But if you work with AI to just arrange your stories, to organize, to like create, and like through that work I was able to produce. I've been having since I was a child visions of eco cities and like a better world, and now I'm able to show it. And that doesn't mean that I don't want to work with architects anymore. I actually just a few weeks ago, God sent one in my life where we are very much in love, and her dream is to build eco motels and resorts on beach in Egypt, and now we can work on it together. So yeah, I'm not like AI is helping us come together as humans and co-create like just so much more efficiently, so like we can all build a better world as humanity together, where we don't have to rely just on the people in power to do it for us. Now we can do it ourselves. And I feel that's what AI brings us, where we can all come together. And so I want to have like a huge team with a huge social enterprise that's making a big difference in the world. and have all those people work for me. But at this moment, I just like I live in a tent for my author's retreat because I can't afford one of those fancy ones, and so you understand where this is coming from. And so, anyways, my whole plan of this walk was to talk about me wanting to go for a swim, and AI saying be careful, and because I said there was white water and said be careful, and I said it was cold as glacier water, and then AI is like, well, be careful because you can freeze and you can be carried by a current. I'm like, no worries, chat. I know you want to help me, but I was a firefighter. I did 1 week of whitewater rescue training so that we could add this at our fire department, and then the fire department decided not to go forward with it, but I did the training, and I did whitewater surfing with a kayak for 2 years, where I eventually dislocated my shoulder in the wave I told you about, carburetor. And I also did a lot of canoe camping when I was young, and we went through the rapids, like not R5 rapids, but like smaller ones, R2, R3, and I've been through them with like a life jacket, so no worries. Plus right there's a spot where there's like a curve on the land, because this is like the shell of a river that's empty right now. But once it's so the fact that there's land and then like a curve that stops the current, so it's pretty smooth there, and it's not freezing cold. Like the water's like, I don't know, 60 degrees Fahrenheit or something, if I remember my grandparents' pool when I was a kid. So anyways, time for a swim, and there's actually a dog and a woman there, which is really cool. Let's go say hello. Ooh, that was good. So the lady says don't bring your friends there, like this is our little private spot, so forget where it is. Forget now. Yeah, I didn't hypnotize you. Just kidding. So yeah, so because I'm always filling the phone with recordings, because I like telling stories a lot. As you can see, I'm a storyteller and author and speaker, and well, because it's always full, now I've already like 2 hours of recording from this author's retreat, because I can't afford a fancy author's retreat, so I make my own in the forest. And because of that, well, I'm gonna go back and lay down, and because I didn't sleep much last night, I might have a little nap, but I'm gonna start editing the video, just piecing it all up together, the 2 hour more of footage. And then if I go to town tomorrow and I upload it on YouTube, then I can delete it from my phone. But now it's already full, so I have no idea, because I don't have my laptop with me, how I can delete 2 hours of stuff on my phone so that I can download the edited video of all the pieces together of 2 hours, and then to put it on YouTube. So I have no idea how I'm going to do that, but I'll figure it out. So, but I'll first, so probably I'll cut you there, and I'm still filming too much when I shouldn't. But I'll cut you there, and then we'll see the rest of the adventure on the next video. How's that? If you liked it, well, you can subscribe or comment, or tell me about your own adventures, like what kind of books are you writing, or what kind of books do you have in your heart that you'd like to write as well. And I almost fell while walking there. You should watch my steps. So what kind of books do you have in your heart, and if you're inspired to write it right now, just like my friend Julie, who, when she read my children's book with her son, she was immediately inspired to write her own children's book, and she started. And this is so cool. This is how we planted a forest, my friends. So tell me in the comments, what's the book that's speaking to you that you want to bring into the world, and let's write it together during the next author's retreat. video in the next part of the Authors Retreat video. See you. So, well, there's a little more. So because it's like 4 p.m., I got a minute left of video. So anyway, again, video problem is stopping me from everything. So because it's so hot right now in the sun and it's almost 4 p.m. and I'm like, I wanted to edit the video just laying in a tent and catching up from the night that I did not sleep last night very much. But it's so warm even with the like windows open. I might just go walk to town, and I'm like, well, it's late and it's gonna take a long time to get there. But because we made the first GoFundMe sale today, which is funny because I did, like, right after I decided to send money to my friend Mark for the Storyteller Circle and like a tip, and he had told me like, it's okay, Guillaume, like I know you're not in a position to do it now, and like he said that's why I offer like it for free with just tip. And I said, well, like it matters to me so much that I want to give you something, and I'll give you $20. I said that last night. I said I'll give you $20 tomorrow, like Canadian, and then so I sent it to him this morning, and like minutes later, I got the first donation in the GoFundMe for 30. So we made 50% profit. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. Oh my God, finally the first meal after like days. Like it's been 3 or 4 days. Like I only had nuts and a little tuna sandwich yesterday. I should have taken like a salad or something, but now there's veggies in there. I'm not like a foodie where I show my food all the time, but now like after days of diarrhea with nuts in the forest, that's gonna be exceptional. And it's funny because like it's a Korean restaurant. I had no idea. I was looking at the menu outside with the burgers that looks exceptional, but then I see on the menu bibimbap, and then it reminds me of the show. If you watch it on Netflix or something, I think it's Iron Chef, or like a Korean food competition with like Michelin star chefs versus like the normal chefs. And it's really good, and one of them would just talk about bibimbap all the time, and now I got to try it. But she actually recommended the one just over the bibimbap. She's like, it's gonna be more filling, so here we are. The item on the menu, one over the bibimbap. I'll show you a picture of the menus because I forgot the name, and the menu is not there. So, bon appétit, mes amis, and this is the end of this Authors Retreat. Not for me, but like my phone is so full. I just managed to send a video I made about the World Cup to my friend Nina that I had recorded for 2 minutes. I sent it to her, and then I was able to delete it and to record this exact video that's finishing right now, and then it's going to be full again, and I don't know what to do anymore because the antagonist, like if you're an author, you know the antagonist of this story, of this Authors Retreat, the $0 Authors Retreat for me is the phone that's been full since day one, and like I still managed to record over 2 hours of video, but I gotta manage and delete files, and like my whole journey in Mexico is gone now. And now 3, 2, 1. Well, I deleted a few more videos, and the meal was wonderful and filled me so good. And now, my friends, we have reached the final boss. Because I'm trying to edit the video so I can take it off my phone. It's 2 hours and 6 minutes. And now that we know the antagonist is the space on the phone, and then there's a second antagonist through the story, is that I tried to voice memo ChatGPT the whole week, and every time it says, didn't work, try again. And then I try again, and I speak for like 5 minutes, and then didn't work, try again. And now I'm on Wi-Fi, it still didn't work. So I figured, like after failures and failures of it, I figured I solved that boss, is that I use another app, voice record the memo, and then use the transcription on that app to ship to ChatGPT, and then I can communicate like this, so I don't have to type all the time. Holy, so that one's solved. But now final boss, I need 13.4 gigabytes of space on my phone to fit the video that I want to, like of the last couple days. And if I can do that, then I can upload on YouTube, and then I can delete all the files and get a bunch of space on my phone. But this is like, this final boss is kicking my ass because I don't know how I'm gonna clear, like I have to delete so much of my Mexico footage to get to that point. And my Mexico footage, I said it in my blog post last night. Like, I figured in my head, like, once we start building the new Earth and the eco cities, like in many years from now, people are gonna want to look back on how this journey started, and then I can have I'm not gonna edit it myself, no, but I can have like a 14-hour documentary of the quest to build a new Earth and how it started. So I don't want to delete all the footage that I took in Mexico, because this is where the journey started. Wow. You know what? There's like 10 seconds left of recording, and it's gonna shut off again. So I think, my friend, adios, hasta luego. I'll see you again. I love you very much. And in 3, 2, 1. I just have, well, just over 2 minutes of recording. Apparently I deleted enough last night. So I want to say this little $0 authors retreat, because I can't afford those fancy authors retreat, was exceptional. I created so much. I wrote a full book. I wrote many blog posts. I have so many stories to tell. I gave a speech with our storyteller circle, like online. I did one call from here where I wrote, what did I write? I forgot what I wrote, but it was very powerful. Oh yeah, I remember now, but I don't even remember the title. So and then the children's story I want to keep writing today. The children's story that I started writing about the tree stumps and the village, like the little people, bacteria living inside the tree stump. That's all they know, and they can't believe that there's light outside from a traveler that comes. So that I started writing last week, but I'm gonna keep writing today. I kind of felt like going to town, going to sit at the cafe and like relaxing and having a brunch. But it's like a 40-minute walk, and we'll see, because it's already like almost 1 p.m. and like the river has been so inspiring in the tent. And there's my charger, so I've been charging my phone. So I have enough for today if I want to stay here. I just picked up a little strawberry, but I could also, I don't know. It's like I'm conquering the boss of the storage on the phone right now, and I don't want to fill it, but like this could be the last day, because this morning I woke up, and so my ex-wife, my baby's mom, she said, oh, I checked the campground, because I wanted to go campground for a few days with my baby, like official campground, not like forest like this, and so that there's a playground, and the one that she found like close by was kind of not, the reviews were not recommending for children. So she says, like, book an Airbnb instead, like a room or whatever, and then you can stay there with Boo. But I'm like I don't want to do that, right? I'm like, forest is so amazing. So I found a campground like 20 minutes away from here ish, and it looks exceptional. There's a farm where there's animals, there's a huge playground for kids. We'll have a creek again, access to the creek, and kind of be under the trees. It looks awesome. So this is where I'm going tomorrow, and I'm excited about this. And I don't know if I'll be able like to transfer videos on my phone so I can show you there as well. But this is kind of the near the end of my little authors retreat, and it's been like so creative. And what I want to do next, when I can afford it, like when I'm a super well-known author, is go to a super luxury experience and compare